Exclusive, former Reagan official says Trump must make bold move against Iran. They'll hate this. By Norville Rose. Iran is trying to tell the current and future U.S. presidents what to do and not to do. And while President Obama might be inclined to play ball with the Islamic regime he cozied up to in order to secure his legacy-building nuclear deal, President-elect Trump is unlikely to bow down to the mullahs. Now a former Assistant Secretary of Defense in the Reagan administration, and the current head of the D.C.-based Center for Security Policy, says the incoming commander-in-chief would be right to scrap that nuke deal as quickly as possible, no matter what the Iranians may threaten. During a conference call arranged by Bishop E.W. Jackson's National Awakening Coalition, Frank Gaffney was asked by The Point what he believes the president-elect's position should be with regard to Iran's insistence that he cannot tear up the nuclear pact that Trump has described as the worst deal ever negotiated and a disaster. Gaffney called the nuclear agreement purportedly aimed at curbing Iran's development of an atomic weapon an exercise in national security fraud and said Trump would be right to rip it up. The security analyst, known for his strong and consistent stand against radical Islam, and whose background includes a stint in the 1980s as a Defense Department senior official with responsibility for policies involving U.S. nuclear forces, noted that since 1979 Iranian leaders have talked about death to America as their objective. That remains their objective, Gaffney told participants on the conference call, and despite threats of firm and strong reaction from Iran if the nuclear pact is rejected or if President Obama agrees to reinstate sanctions on the Islamic Republic as Congress has just approved, Gaffney insisted the current deal must not go forward. There will be serious consequences no matter what we do, noted the outspoken defense policy analyst. We've seen the Iranians engaged in acts of terrorism and in dress rehearsals for such attacks, as well as conducting what Gaffney termed buying sprees for advanced weapons from the Russians. Given the situation that President Obama and Secretary of State John Kerry have put us in with regard to Iran, Gaffney said, far and away the best of the bad choices is being clear-eyed that this is an unalterably hostile regime. But even as so much attention is focused on the Iranian nuclear agreement, the radical leaders of the Islamic Republic are reportedly beefing up their more conventional weaponry. The Times of Israel reports that not only is Iran buying top-of-the-line fighter jets from the Kremlin, Moscow is also negotiating to sell the mullahs advanced tanks. The United States must now stand firm and can take our lumps on whatever those consequences are in the near term rather than further kicking the can down the road, Frank Gaffney contended about Trump's deleting the nuke deal, which was essentially an executive-level action. That's a big reason why, said the founder and head of the Center for Security Policy, it's so important to place in top positions in the State Department people who are prepared to go toe-to-toe not only with our adversaries around the world but also with the entrenched bureaucracy in Washington, D.C. Given Donald Trump's appointments so far, the importance of doing just that has not been lost on the next president.